What's up, my juice lovers? Welcome to the Cold Press Truth. This is Charlie Wetlaufer. I just got off a call with the world juicing champion, Kwai-Chang Publico, along with we had Ari Sexner, chef, and he was also one of the judges for the juicing competition. So had them both on the call. Going to play that for you in a second. And I just want to say that we do have the full video of the complete competition coming soon. There's a bit of a delay in getting the video back from the AV team at the event. So we hope to have the complete episode done in a week or two. So that'll be coming soon. So we'll jump into the interview.
Nice. Okay, I'm ready.
All right. What's up, guys? We've got Ari joining us from Vegas. He's one of the judges for the World Juicing Championship. And of course, the Supreme Juicing World Champion, Kwai-Chang from Hilo, Hawaii. How you guys doing today?
Aloha.
Doing good.
Cool. Yeah. So we finished up the competition at JuiceCon a couple weeks ago. And I just wanted to follow up and kind of talk through the competition and just kind of get feedback about it and see what it was like being the winner, and then kind of hear from Ari about, why the judges chose the recipes they did as the winning recipes. So first of all, I guess for Kwai-Chang, let's talk about you came to Miami and you put your recipes together and you presented them. What were the recipes that you presented?
So the three categories, of course, was the elixir. And so with the elixir, we did a juice that we call Sunrise. And it's got pineapples, olena, which is turmeric, ginger, green apples, and lime. And then we added a Spanish champagne to make it a mimosa. And then we did our beets drink, which we called a haka, which is heart in Hawaiian. And it had beets, red apples, oranges, and daikon. And then we did Above and Beyond, which was just the straight bottled juice. The haka had the garnish. I did that orange peel garnish. And then the Above and Beyond is green apples, lemon, ginger, and a blue spirulina.
And when you presented it, I remember, I think it was with the blue one, you had a little bag of salt tied to it.
Yeah, so, yeah, Ari, you didn't end up putting it in the drink, did you?
I got it right here.
Yay.
I still got it right here. I'm going to use it for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so we in the theme, the theme was winter. So what we wanted to do was talk about how the ocean in Hawaii, the ocean is a very healing thing for the Hawaiian people. And I wanted to connect all of our cultures that was at the JuiceCon with the ocean. And so the salt that was in that pouches, we call pa'akai, which is Hawaiian salt. And it's either for cooking or it's for healing. And that was just kind of the tie-in between the ocean, the Hawaiian people. Salt has so much significance too. And so it doesn't necessarily go in the drink, but the juice was Above and Beyond, which represented the ocean. And then the salt comes from the ocean.
Cool. Then I see you got the trophy behind you. Can you hold it up to the camera?
Oh, yeah. Let me try.
Okay.
Let me see if I can do that.
Yeah, so this is actually a very special trophy.
Yes.
Because we had it all custom made like right before the event. And it ended up being really expensive. So I don't think we'll make them like this in the future. We're going to find like a cheaper way to do it. So you may have the only trophy that's ever made this way. So that's kind of cool.
That goes.
Not to mention it's the first ever trophy for the champion.
Yeah. That goes. That's another added mark.
Yeah, exactly.
That we'll have this only trophy.
So now what I wanted to do, let me share my screen. I think the best part of it was when we announced you at the winner and you're kind of like in disbelief. Can you see the photos I'm looking at right now?
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
so this is when I just announced you as the winner, and you're just like, what?
I tell you why though. So
Uh-huh.
so the main reason was because I thought we had to have won a category in order to place in the overall.
Oh, okay.
So when I didn't win any of the categories, I thought, oh, there's no chance.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why I
there
was
like
even
the
more
best bottle juice, best composed juice, best
right.
cocktail, and then you won championship, and you're just like, is this some kind of mistake or something?
I think I really wanted it. I wanted it really bad, and it was more for validity coming home.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I feel alone in a canoe, over here in Hawaii, that juicing is not juicing in my community and my culture is not a very huge thing, and so I really wanted that confirmation to say that our juice is it's
like
pretty
worthy.
darn good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go through.
I almost cried. I think I might have teared up.
I think you cried a little bit.
Yeah, I might have.
And then here's where it's like, okay, now I can
Ari
see.
is God. The Ari is God picture.
Oh wait, no, not yet. Yeah, that's when you're hugging my brother. And now,
Yeah.
now I think it's starting to kind of sink in for you.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man, I actually won this thing.
We're getting there. We're getting
We're
there.
getting to the Aria's God picture. Wait, no, one more, right?
One more.
Yeah,
There.
that's it.
I mean, is my face that bad,
You're just like,
Yep.
what?
Are you guys serious?
That's pretty cool. So Ari, let's talk about so being sorry, I'm struggling with the cold. So being the host of the event, I was surprised you won. I didn't get to taste any of the juice, right? Well, it was being brought up. And all I know is I saw, Alexa's juices, and they were like incredible. They had all this garnish and like these snowballs made from like white dragon
Fruit, yeah.
So I thought they were gonna pick her. But all right, can you talk about like why the judges decided that Kwai-Chang was the champion?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the competition was insane. Like tasting all the juices. Sometimes when you go to a really nice restaurant, at least for me and probably a lot of other people, you taste really good product and you get excited. Like you want to get back in the kitchen and create some stuff. So like just tasting all those juices just inspired so much creativity and just wanted us to get into the juices. And I mean, those juices that she had was the most beautiful presentation I've seen on any juices ever.
Intimidating.
Yeah, and really, I got a sneak peek of like you guys making the juices ahead of time, and seeing yours. I kind of mentioned it during your presentation. Was I just see it. It's straightforward. And I was worried because the colors were so vibrant that it was just going to be a sugar bomb. It's just going to be so overpoweringly sweet. And comparing them all, like either this guy is extremely confident with his product that he's putting forward, or maybe he didn't think about that much. So it's really about keeping it simple and clean. And when you're trying the product, is just on point. And really there was certain categories, like with what's his name from Valentine, that bottle of juice. When we all met after, there was all those categories that we had to go through. There was a visual, aroma, texture, taste, creativity, and application of theme. So there's so many different categories. And we started off just breaking down each individual award first for the separate categories. And I mean, right away, we were like, Valentine, that bottle of juice. And then Christina for the cocktail, and Lucy for that warm corn drink that she had.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were right there, like on point, like all of us agreed. And then when we got to the overall championship, your flavors were hitting like second and third. on each one of those, and it was right there. And the fact that all that came together with the overall theme, and especially your story and the flavors of juices, that put you over the top. And we were all at a consensus, definitely after a little bit of debating. And myself, Chef Fernanda, and Chef Benjamin, like we were 100% like on agreement with everything. So, I mean, it was a full package. It was right there on all those categories, and then just that one, it all tied it all together.
Yeah, and I know Kwai-Chang, he was really confident. Like you came in, some people were like, gonna need a couple hours to prep and do this and do that, and I need space and I need all this stuff, and you're just like, I just need like 20, 25 minutes, just to do my thing. And then I find out later you weren't even measuring the recipes, right?
Yeah, I kind of freestyled it a little bit because and it's really a fun, looking back on it, like it's a very nice memory of how the whole thing kind of came together and actually winning. um I freestyled the measurements a little bit because I had to, well, it's kind of on the fly, because it was kind of chaotic in the back there.
Hmm.
But what I would like to share is that I was very from the time that you guys followed us on Instagram, I was I was very intentional with a lot of things. And um I said, "Oh wow, shucks, I'm on you guys' radar." And then when you announced the names on the email, mine was spelled wrong. My name was spelled wrong, right? And
That
then,
was weird. I don't know what happened there. I think that was like an autocorrect or something.
well, my name was spelled wrong,
Yeah.
and then never it didn't have our company name, and I was the only one.
Yeah.
And I started to think that that was gonna either be all the way left or all the way right. I was either gonna get demolished or we were actually gonna stand out. And so, going back to the whole not measuring and freestyling, what I did do was I brought my earbuds, which is what I when I juice at home, and it helps me to zone out all of the chaotic things of the kitchen or of life, and that's what I did there. And I did some really specific things that I think um, it was it was tasted in the juice.
Yeah, one thing about those competitions is, I mean, as much as you prepare for it, I mean, there's going to be variables and there's going to be tons of curveballs that come at you because you're you're at a completely different location, and I mean, you got to run with the punches. So, I mean, I think that was definitely your benefit to kind of not go in there with measurements and kind of freestyle.
Yeah. So one thing too I did was when we were given the times, I talked to Chef Benjamin, the one that was helping us. Yeah, not the judge, Chef
Yeah.
Benjamin, but the one that was helping us from Vegas too. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So he said, "Oh, we have this time to prep and then this time to juice." So when he gave us the green light to prep, everybody went to the kitchen and everybody started to prep. And I looked at it and everybody was kind of just all over each other, and I saw the chaoticness, and I told my wife, I'm just gonna step back and I'll let everybody kind of, me and actually Isaac, we waited till everybody else was finished prepping, and then we jumped in. But I think I was the only one that requested the glass growlers,
Yep.
and I think that mattered. So I like to juice and then take it from the pitcher and then pour it to the glass growler, and I like it to sit as long as I like to juice today and serve it tomorrow because it kind of has a better fusion to me. So I waited for everybody to finish prep, and then me and Isaac jumped on into those areas, and I didn't touch certain people's cutting boards. I didn't touch certain people's knives. I stayed kind of into my own zone, and the juices that I made is what I make every day. So I didn't do anything new, which is what some of the other competitors did. I think they created juices for the competition. I didn't. I just stuck with what I knew, took the ingredients, freestyled it a little bit, adapted to certain things that wasn't available, and then I just stuck to what I knew. Um, and then I think it was a green and a white X1 mini.
Yep.
Yeah, so I specifically wanted to take the green because that's what I had at home. And so I waited for everybody to finish prepping. I prepped first and I juiced first. And I wanted to touch the mini before anybody else. So I mean, I don't know if anybody else takes it that deep, but as you guys can tell in my story and my video, that's kind of how I look at it. And I'm very intentional about those things.
Yeah, that got kind of chaotic back there. What I had anticipated is that so we had 6 contestants, right? And we had 2 machines. So what I had in my mind was the first 2 people to compete would be the first 2 people to prep. Then when they were done in like an hour or whatever, then the next 2 people would go up. But it just got messed up, and I was busy, hosting the conference and running back and forth. I didn't even know what was going on back there. I do remember coming back there and seeing like so many people in the prep area. Like there's like 10 people in the prep area. I'm like, oh, that's weird. But I was like, whatever.
Yeah, and that was what I tried to stay out of.
Yeah.
It started to get slippery in the back there. Everybody's spilling. Everybody, so it was kind of, and you guys all know, working in the kitchen, you want a very clean and organized kitchen. It's like brain surgery. You want, or a dentist. You want everything all at the same place, and it's all muscle memory and stuff. And so I waited till everybody's cleared out so I could get into that muscle memory. And if you, I don't know if they caught it on the video, but you can see me kind of placing all my things in uncertain areas so that I would have a good routine. Nice. And then also the way the juices I chose, I knew that I could go from one juice to another juice without having to
clean it.
Clean it.
Right.
So that would save me some time. That's why I told you I only need like 25, 30 minutes. And then I could just rinse it out real quick and then jump to the last one. And we didn't have to make that big of a batch. So
right.
It was quick.
And that's one of those things, those curveballs, where, there's all those people in the kitchen, and I mean, everyone there wants to have it perfect,
Right.
So what normally takes 15 minutes would take 45 minutes, just because they're down to the drop, they want to have everything exactly precise. So
yeah, Ari, you actually mentioned that we should probably take into consideration cleanliness, like the sanitation, as part of the competition, right? In the future.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll definitely email to some things that I would like to suggest. I think for just the competitors to have a little bit better grasp of how to
move
actually,
forward with it. That's one thing I want to do on the call. I wanted to get feedback from both of you on how we should do it going forward. Like, for one thing, I think each person should have their own station, just have their own area, kind of like they do on the. I was just watching an episode of the British baking show. What's that called? The
Bake Off.
I don't know, but they just have their own area, and they take their time and whatever. They have their own stuff instead of everyone walking all over each other. And then one thing I wish we did is let the judges give final feedback after the winners are chosen. I think that's one thing we were really missing, and that's why there's some confusion kind of by the contestants later. Is like, we didn't let the judges be like, this is why you won, at the end, which is kind of why I wanted Ari to come on now so we could just talk about it. But
to be honest, I was about to ask before the overall was announced. I was thinking, okay, I got to talk to them. What did I do wrong? What is it? Can I improve on?
Yeah.
Did I miss the mark in this certain thing? And so I was already going through my head with all the lists. And in fact, I had texted my friends before we went up to do the announcement. I already texted my friends. I said, bro, we got cracks. We got demolished. I had this one girl that was saving this juice on the side, and she added into her drink and it changed color. And then this other girl made this dragon fruit things. And I was confident until I saw everybody's presentation.
So, I'd be curious to hear what kind of suggestions you have. Basically, our plan now, I think, starting maybe in the summer of next year, we're going to start to do some more localized, like, preliminary rounds. Maybe partner with a juice bar or something and do, like, the Los Angeles round where people from the West Coast can come. We'll do like an all-day event where people just compete all day. and then maybe do one in Asia, one in Europe, and then do like the championship at JuiceCon. So, kind of curious to hear what kind of suggestions you have as a competitor on what we could do better.
Well, I think overall, the stations is important. I think that would really help in minimizing the chaos as everybody's juicing. I would even prefer having the option to juice the night before, just so that we can still enjoy the day of the conference. Because there were a couple of speakers that I wanted to see that I just decided not to because we were already into the competition, and I was very confident. I wasn't nervous at all until like everybody's presentation. So for me, aside from the chaos, and then maybe just being a little bit more clear on what it is that we could bring from home, or if we had to stick to the ingredients list. I think that was because I stuck to the list completely. I didn't really bring anything from home, and flying all the way from Hawaii, I wasn't about to bring anything really from home. I I didn't do any. I did only carry on luggage, so I'm just in case my luggage get lost, and But I did bring my own apron, and I brought my earbuds, and I brought a spatula that I wanted to use when I did exam.
I actually think it was probably a mistake to do the list of ingredients. Like we should have just had people submit recipes ahead of time, and then bought what they needed.
Oh, I just bought with it. Yeah, because there was a lot of stuff extra. I mean, there were a lot of things that I I'd wasted, and that's
use everything. At the end of the night, we kind of opened it up for donations, and think we got everything was taken care of except for like a couple cases of produce. So like, yeah, I was pretty surprised, because it's tough too for ordering for the competition. I did most of the ordering for it with the product list, so it's kind of tough doing it in a distant location. Relying on someone you've never met to bring all the produce there.
Right.
Really did a good job. I think we were only shorted on like a couple items, but overall, I think quality and the time that they delivered was pretty good.
And going back to like missing the conference, I think so. This year was just kind of like, all right, let's just do this competition as Party JuiceCon, see how it goes. And then I think it went really well. Like there were obviously some issues, but I think people liked it, and it was fun for the competitors and the judges. We're gonna get good content from it. We're going to have the video ready in probably about a week. It's going to be like a full kind of TV episode style kind of thing. And like, I think it could really help to promote the juice industry. So now that we know kind of the format we want to go for, I think now we can just make it a separate thing. Like maybe JuiceCon next year, you have the day of conference, and then the next day is just the competition or something, and like breakouts and workshops or something. So the competitors aren't actually just like making juice while there's speakers going.
I kind of like the idea of having like 2 stations set up, mirrored with the juicer on there, and then each competitor has like an hour to get everything ready to kind of present, and then they schedule their own time, their hour that they're going to be there, And yeah, I think the day before prepping would be a good option as well.
Cool. Let's see.
Well, if you're having JuiceCon in Hawaii, then we have a lot of resources.
Yeah,
so. I'm not gonna stop until you say stop. I'm not gonna stop.
We sent out the survey. We got some votes for juice for Hawaii, but not many.
Not enough.
Yeah, probably not enough. I'm not saying we can't do anything there. I just don't think the actual JuiceCon, but maybe we could do like one of the rounds,
like the regional, like you said, like the regional.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. And Ari, you've been a part of other kind of cooking competitions, right?
Yeah, not on the judging end, but the cooking, and definitely.
And so, do you have any kind of feedback about how we could make it better in the future?
I think really, just those stations will be good. And I'm kind of torn, either just having the produce there for people to use and not be prepared, or them submitting their order ahead of time. I can go either way, you know, because some of those competitions are pretty good when they have their, you know, just open kitchen, open range to grab what they want and create.
Yeah, I think in actuality to really have a test of who's really the best, I guess, you know, it would be okay, you guys all have this ingredients and you figure it out and make up
That would definitely
what you
make for
can.
better like competition, you know? It'd be like
Yeah.
competing, see
Yeah.
who actually knows flavors better and combinations and like the equipment and everything. I agree. I think that would definitely make for a better like competition.
We could, I mean, just throwing out there, it could be like you bring your bottled juice, you know, that you prepare there, your recipe for that, and then a mystery basket, you know, where each of the competitors have that and they take it to their stations and create something from it or have access to.
Right. So you have two categories. You have the one they can figure out ahead of time, but then you have the mystery basket, which they have to like make choose from. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
I love the theme though. I mean, it was really cool because I didn't really think too much about it, you know, because the overall theme was winter.
Yeah.
And I think more than half of the competitors were, they don't get snow, you know, they don't get warm weather, you know. So but each one of them kind of took you to their background of what winter means for them. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what's interesting about it. Like winter can be completely different for depending on where you're from, you know.
Which is what I was thinking was going to be difficult for us right out the gate, because I thought that okay, everybody would be expecting a cold winter or, you know, snowy winter thing, and it took me a little bit of time to think about how I could flip it to our culture and to our region to say okay, winter and then winter surf and then the ocean and all of that. It took me a little bit of time to come up with that whole concept, and then going into the anthropodes was on a whole different left field. Like I sat with a friend and I said, hey, how can we flip it on everybody? And that's where we came up with that concept.
Nice. I'm going surfing on Saturday, by the way.
Yeah, are you still going to be in Cali?
Yeah.
Or are you going on? Okay, wow.
Yeah.
I have not gone surfing or in the ocean since we got back.
Really? Well, I just realized, like, I'm about to head back east for pretty much the whole month of December. And I just realized, so I've been in California since July, and I haven't surfed once. And that was like one of the things I'm like, living in California, I can learn how to surf. Then I've been here for 5 months. I haven't gone once. I'm like, what am I doing? So I just like,
Oh, you've been in California for the last 5 months?
well, like, yeah, part time,
back and forth. Yeah. All right.
I mean, I've been doing the triathlons and stuff and swimming in the ocean, but I haven't done any like surfing or diving or anything. So, anyway, so I guess last thing, like, what's it been like since you got back and you're the champion? Are you guys promoting it in the juice shop? And
Yeah. Well, so there's a lot of, and I just emailed Robin on when you get that video done, yeah, please send it. But there's a handful of local news and print media stuff that's going to come out next week, and then the county council here on our island is going to give me some kind of recognition next week, and that there's a really nice buzz happening. And like I said, it was all about validity for me that I went over there with like the nation of Hawaii on my back, kind of. Yeah. You know, I went with everybody on standby, waiting for the text or the Facebook or the Instagram post on what we did, and that's why I went and I sent a text out saying we just got cracked, we just got demolished by all this beautiful presentation, and I said we're going up right now to get the announcement, but we didn't do that good. So that's why you saw that crazy disbelief. But it you know, with Hawaii, it's a I don't know how it is for everybody in the other 5 competitors where they're from. Like if they're kind of buried in a big city, or if their juice business is kind of in a real small setting. But for us, we're connected really well. Yeah, all our 8 main islands. Like essentially everybody's all connected, and so. The coconut wireless is what we call it. It was everybody was on standby. So when I got back and the way I did the announcement on my Facebook Live is I just got on there and then I had everybody waiting for the announcement, and then I started to cry, and then I said, "Oh, Hawaii, you guys got a new world champion."
Nice.
So I just saw you, Charlie. You was watching the Joe Rogan podcast with Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah.
So my tagline right now is I don't know if you know these guys, but I might have asked you. But Max Holloway is a UFC fighter, and BJ Penn, who is from Hilo, and BJ was in our cafe the other day, and I said, BJ, what does BJ Penn, Max Holloway, and Kwai-Chang all have in common? He said, what? I said, world champions, baby.
That's awesome.
We are world champions. So, yeah, there's been a nice buzz, and we're really excited to see how we can keep up the buzz and keep up the momentum and roll out what we plan to roll out.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say, as someone watching the event, I mean, I was hosting it, but I was watching it all in full, and it's just like, I was happy you won, and I think everybody's pretty happy you won. Like your presentation was so strong. You're there representing the Polynesian people of Hawaii, and you have the salt from the ocean, and it was just a really nice presentation. So when you won, it was pretty heartfelt, and I think everybody was proud of you for that. So good job.
In the product too. I mean, your championship. I mean, it was really well deserved because I mean, the ingredients you used, it wasn't anything crazy, but it just goes to show you that, just the ratios that you use, you can come out with a product that is completely different. You just switch the ratios around, but your end product was so pure and really flavorful. So,
and again, like I was telling you guys, I haven't been in this world for a long time, and that's why I've been a music promoter, concert promoter, and I've done like a clothing brand and stuff for a long time. And part of all of that is I MC a lot of concerts and I promoted a lot of concerts, and so I think that skill helped me too, because I wasn't nervous speaking in front of the crowd, and I'm used to it, and so I know that some of the other competitors were nervous about speaking in front of everybody. But as far as the flavors, I don't know how everybody else does it, but I juice like 10, 12 hours a day, every day. And so it's like jujitsu or surfing. Like, you just keep doing the basics every single day. It eventually just becomes second nature. And then it's adding all that good aloha into the juice, as well as the ratios and stuff. And so, yeah, I don't know how everybody else does it, but I know that I do the basics every day, all day. So
what kind of tips can you give to a young, starry-eyed person that wants to be the next world championship of juice?
Well, like I was saying in the video, and I've been saying at the JuiceCon all the time, was just pay attention to the intention. I think that's probably more than 50%, if not, all of it, is because everybody can make a good product, and everybody can add things in and can make good flavor, but to really have that special thing, in anything we do, I think it's just pay attention to that intention. If you put that aloha in it, and you have that ano is what we call it, but if you have that and you pour it out into your product, it'll show, whatever your product is.
Nice. Well said. All right, I'm gonna come visit you soon. We're gonna do some surfing out there.
Yeah, I heard everybody's all making plans for 2020 to maybe not JuiceCon anymore, but to come and visit us in Hawaii. So
yeah,
we'll welcome you guys with open arms.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you guys for getting on the call. I'll be posting this either tonight or tomorrow on my YouTube channel. And then hopefully we'll have the full episode of the championship done. I hope within a week, maybe a little bit longer, but we finally got the footage back from the video guys just like yesterday. I just sent it to my video editor, so he's got it now. So should be pretty soon. But
awesome.
I'm sure everybody's waiting for it.
And Ari, I'll probably come see you in Vegas before you guys come to Hawaii. So we'll see.
Nice. Let me know.
Let me know.
Let me know when you're going to be out there. Maybe I'll shoot over there.
We got to go to a UFC, you guys.
Oh, nice. Speaking of which, I'm going down to meet TJ Dillashaw on Wednesday. He's opening his juice shop.
Yeah. So I'll talk to you guys off air
Okay.
about all of that. But I know TJ Dillashaw is rolling out a handful of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to work with somebody else in that world for some things up there on the West Coast. So
All right. Let's talk more.
okay.
All right. Peace, guys.
See you guys later.
Right.
Aloha.
Good seeing you guys.
Aloha.
World champion of the world.
Nice.